Hello and welcome back to Premier League Predictions, the show which does what it says on the tin. We're here for game week 35 of the 23-24 season, predicting another 11 games in this Premier League campaign. We've got the rearranged fixture of Chelsea vs Tottenham and the original 10 games from this game week. So, without further ado, let's get into it. On the Saturday morning, the 12:30 kickoff, West Ham versus Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp will not be happy, so once again, Liverpool are moved to the early kickoff, the TNT kickoff. West Ham, on the other hand, well, they've been quite good this season so far. They find themselves flying a little higher than we'd expect and have been linked this week with Ruben Amorim, though, and then unlinked after we recorded a video on it. Liverpool, they have been very good this season. They find themselves in the title race. However, they do require Man City to drop points at some point this season if they want to finish in first. But Harry, how do you see this weekend panning out for them?
I mean, there's one way this goes for me. West Ham got absolutely tanked last time out by Crystal Palace, and Liverpool are very, very good. So I'm going to go for West Ham 0, Liverpool 3, and it'll be goals courtesy of Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota, and a third from Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, I think you're forgetting there. West Ham got tanked by that Crystal Palace super team that Ole Glasner's put together.
So.
Liverpool aren't that good. However, I do think Liverpool will win. I'll say a 2-0 win for Liverpool, and I think it'll be a goal from Mohamed Salah, probably from the penalty spot, because he hasn't scored a lot of non-pen goals recently. And then I will say Wataru Endo as well, because I'm not really seeing a lot of him recently, so I think he'll pop up with a goal when you least expect it. Up next, and the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, it's Fulham versus Crystal Palace. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, Crystal Palace are now incredible. Oliver Glasner has turned them into a free-playing, goal-scoring machine of a team, and I think they'll probably be very good here. Fulham, on the other hand, they've been a bit up and down this season. They're sort of just getting through the campaign. It's another season where they've not really been threatened by the prospect of relegation. They've not really challenged for European football. They're just sat there in the middle of the Premier League, making sure they earn money. So, Harry, can Fulham get a win, or will Crystal Palace's form carry them to victory?
I mean, again, this only goes one way for me. This Crystal Palace side are in incredible form. They're playing some beautiful stuff. And although Fulham aren't the worst side in the world, I don't think they'll be able to stop it. And I will go Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2. As I said, Palace are scoring goals, keeping clean sheets, having a great time. And it'll be goals this time from Eberechi Eze and Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Love it. I mean, this could be very changed by the result against Newcastle. Unfortunately, we're recording before that game for Palace. However, based on all evidence, I think they probably, may well have won that game. So I think they'll win again here. I will say a 2-0 Crystal Palace win. I think it will be Munoz with his first goal, the right back, after his goal was robbed last week by Emerson, who's desperate to take FPL points off my hands. And then I will say a goal from Michael Elise to make it 2-0 Crystal Palace. Up next, and 2 relegation-threatened sides, or 2 teams that should be in the relegation fight, face off here. It's Manchester United versus Burnley. United find themselves 6th in the Premier League. It's very much find themselves, because I don't know how they've got there. As for Burnley, well, they are floundering down in 19th. Both sides here don't play particularly good football, or can't at the moment in the Premier League, but against each other they may well find their level. So, Harry, can Manchester United find a win here, or are Burnley simply too strong for them?
Yeah, I mean, United aren't great, but they're better than Burnley at times. Burnley, realistically, I mean, there's a slim chance they could still stay in Premier League, but I just don't see it happening, and United find a way to get lucky and win games, and I will go for a 1-0 Manchester United win, and it's going to goal from Anthony, and he's going to do another controversial celebration. And again, United are going to play really poorly, but pick up a big 3 points.
Wow, so Burnley must have put that under-8s goalkeeper in for this one then. What a performance to only concede one
incredible
from the young lad. But good job for Anti there. I think United will likely win. Yeah, I think it will be a game where Burnley will generate more chances, but they'll miss them. And then United will get a penalty, which Bruno Fernandes puts in the back of the net. And then it will be a Casemiro goal and a 2-0 win for Manchester United in fairly unexciting circumstances. I don't even think you'll realise that the goals have gone in. Paul Merson on Soccer Saturday will probably just go, United scored. That was boring. And that'll be it. So look out for that game. Up next, and a game that was 8-0 in the reverse fixture, it's Newcastle versus Sheffield United. Newcastle, as I say, winning this reverse fixture 8-0 earlier in the season, but since then they've endured some really difficult times with a lot of injuries and not a lot of good form. However, they have now risen back into the top 6. They find themselves 6th in the Premier League. And they've been playing very well recently. And now, again, I can't pass judgment on the midweek because we didn't see their game against Crystal Palace yet. But they have been playing very well. Isak seems to be in red-hot form. And if they can feed him chances here against Sheffield United, I am willing to bet he'll get a goal. So, can Newcastle score 8 goals again? Or will Sheffield United put up a fight?
I mean, so far this game week, every single game, it seems to be a slam dunk. Sheffield United are crap.
No,
Newcastle,
United, Burnley.
Maybe, but Newcastle are playing really well. But I will go for a 1-0 victory to the Toon. And it'll be that Swedish man you just mentioned, Alexander Isak, to get the goal that gets them across the line.
Nice prediction. I'm going to go Newcastle 6-0 because Sheffield United are shite. I think it'll be a hat-trick for Alexander Isak. I think he'll get a perfect hat-trick as well. Yeah. A little left foot, right foot header. Perfect hat-trick. And then I will go for Lewis Miley because I think, this is the sort of game he could really flourish. He hasn't really been involved in the first team for a bit, but I think he'll get involved somehow here. I will say a Kieran Trippier free kick that he bends top corner. I think he's fit, isn't he, Trippier?
No.
Nope. I'll go for a Tino Livramento free kick that he bends top corner. Then just change the right back that whips in. In fact, that would be like a wide free kick. He'll be looking to whip it in. Gerbich will come for it, miss it, and it'll just go in the goal. And then,
right?
Yeah. And then to make it 6, I'll go Sven Botman, header in the box that could easily be dealt with, and he just nods it in. Lovely little
progress though for Sheffield.
Well, yeah, 6 is better than 8, isn't it? That is for sure. The final 3 o'clock kickoff then: Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Luton Town. Luton find themselves 18th in the Premier League. Wolves, well, they've played very good football this year, but sometimes not always yielded incredible results, and we've seen Gary O'Neill on many occasions complain about VAR, but his size performances have earned him some onlookers in high places. Liverpool, a side that have been linked with him in recent weeks. I think Wolves here will be hoping to put on a show, but not too good of a show that gets Liverpool's attention. As for Luton, well, they have to win. Last weekend was very disappointing as they lost 5-1 to Brentford. Now they're in a situation where this is a must-win game. If they don't win this game, and Forest go on and win their game, and Everton win their game, then suddenly Luton Town are out of the Premier League. So this is a huge game. Luton have to get something from it. Can they get something from it, Harry?
I mean, it's a very, very tough game, and away from home, this Luton side haven't really shown much, to be completely honest.
Well, home last weekend, they were
equally
much
they're
worse
against
than
Wolves, and Wolves seem to never get any decision go their way. Then Gary O'Neill has a rant and then gets charged by the FA. So I'm going to go something like that again. I think Wolves will take the lead through Hwang Yi-chan. He's fit, back. And then the 85th minute, the ball is going to bounce up and hit John-Rick de Bellegarde's arm, but it's going to rebound off his boot into his arm, and then the referee's going to give it. Carl Morris going to score the penalty. Luton will get a point from the game, and Gary O'Neill will be seething.
I think the Luton fans will take the point even now, no matter how seething Gary O'Neill is. I am going to say 2-1 Luton Town. I think it'll be an Alfie Doughty goal. It'll be a ball in from the right-hand side that's flapped at by Sarr, drops for Doughty, who pins a shot in the back of the net. And then I will say Wolves will level up through Matthias Cunha if he's fit. They keep injuring all their attackers, Wolves. I don't know what they're doing there.
He got injured again. He's not fit.
He's not fit again.
No.
Okay, well, I'll go Pablo Sarabia.
Yeah.
Does he have any working limbs? So. He does now. Goal for Sarabia. And Luton will get it back late on through one of their fit players. I'll say Ross Barkley. Is he still going? There we go. One of the 14 players Luton Town actually have at the moment. He'll get a goal to make it 2-1 at Luton Town and a massive, massive 3 points for the Hatters. Up next, it's 2 relegation-threatened sides. Everton versus Brentford in the 5:30 kickoff. Everton haven't been great recently, but they did get a win last weekend, didn't they, against Nottingham Forest in very controversial circumstances that led to Nottingham Forest writing a lovely little email to the Premier League. Yeah, he just kept trying to give away penalties all game. But yeah, Everton, I think they'll feel somewhat lucky there. And against the Brentford side, who scored 5 last weekend, could Everton be poised for a very difficult weekend? Again, we haven't seen Everton Liverpool, so they may come into this off a huge high or a massive low. But how do you see this game going, Harry?
Yeah, I mean, I can't see past Brentford personally. I think it'll be a good game, though. Actually, I tell you what, I'm going to go Everton 1, Brentford 3. And what's going to happen is now Visser, he was disappointed when he came off after scoring 2 goals. Never scored a senior hat-trick before. And he really wanted to stay on the pitch and score a hat-trick because Brentford were playing so well. He's going to get it this week and it's going to be a perfect hat-trick. Everton will take the lead through James Tarkowski's massive head. And then it'll be 3 massive goals from Jan Visser. Left foot, right foot header. Brentford all but confirm themselves in the Premier League, basically, for next season. A huge win.
Fair enough. I am going to say... Now, I think the one thing... I don't know if Neil Maupay can play, can he?
No.
Because if not, I think he would score against his parents' side and then celebrate against them and relegate them. Because that's a very Neil Maupay thing to do. But unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to play. I do think he'll get booked, though, in this game. Despite not being on the field, so make a
bench.
No, he'll be up in the stand.
Right, okay.
What he'll do?
Can't get booked.
He will.
It's not possible.
Paper airplane, and he'll write the rest of the sheet and throw it down from the top of the stand. I will say it will be Everton 1, Brentford 2, and I think at the end Maupay will be on the pitch, and then Everton will be getting annoyed that he's not upset about it. So I'll say a goal from. Idrissa Gueye, I think, is still at Everton. He's not gone anywhere, has he? So I'll predict him to score. Actually, no, I'll go Amadou Onana because he's been very good this season. Then I'll go Brentford goals from Kevin Schade, or Shade. And then I will go for Matthias Jensen. Make it 2-1 to the Bees. Up next, Aston Villa versus Chelsea, the 8 o'clock kickoff, where hopefully Chelsea don't have to endure another massacre, because last time out was very depressing. After a 6-0 victory against Everton, they followed up with a 5-0 loss to Arsenal, because that is what Chelsea do. So, Harry, will this be 6-0 Chelsea or 5-0 Villa?
I can't. I want to back Chelsea, but I can't. I have no basis to let Chelsea get anything out of this game. Villa are playing really well. Chelsea are shocking, and the fact that we are recording this on the Wednesday night afterwards, and Poch still hasn't left the job is ridiculous, quite frankly. And I'm going to go for a Villa 2-0 win. It'll be a Watkins goal and a Konza goal, and another really shit game for Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm thinking along the similar sort of lines. I think this will be the nail in the coffin that sees Mourinho in the door by Monday morning, with one game on the horizon we're going to talk about in a moment. But I'll say Aston Villa 3, Chelsea 1, with Palmer returning to the side. I think he will score. I think Villa's goals, though, will very much sink any sort of Chelsea joy. It'll be a goal from Watkins, a goal from Douglas Luiz, and a goal from Leon Bailey. But yes, so Poch out the door, Mourinho in for a feud. On to the Sunday, though, we've got 3 games to get into before we can get to Chelsea's midweek fixture. It's Bournemouth versus Brighton, the first of those. Dom Solanke will be looking to continue his very strong form this season, and he hopes to stake claim to a place in the England squad, which seems unlikely at the moment because Southgate does seem to prefer Ivan Toney. As for Brighton, well, they've underperformed many people's expectations this season, but they are still a side that can cause a lot of issues for a team like Bournemouth. How do you see this one going, Harry? I mean, again, we haven't seen Brighton or Bournemouth's games in the week against Wolves and City, respectively, but still, how do you see this going?
I don't remember these two sides playing each other before, ever. Like, I can't think of a game that they've played each other, but I'm going to go for a draw. I think it'll be a pretty even game, both sides playing some good football. I think Dom Solanke will give Bournemouth the lead, but they'll be pegged back by a Pascal Gross assist, which will be finished by Simon Adingra.
Fair enough. I like it a lot. I think two of the most tame fan bases in the Premier League who wear pretty much opposite kits.
Yeah.
They're very similar in many ways. They wear stripes. They're both on the South Coast. Tame fans. It's going to be a tame game. I'll go Bournemouth 1, Brighton 1. Nothing to write home about. A goal for Solanke. A goal for... God, who is fit for Brighton at the moment? They've lost all their best players, but I will say... I think Solly March is still out, isn't he? So I'll go Ansu Fati to finally do something for Brighton.
Yeah.
And Don Solanke for Bournemouth, because who the fuck else?
Yeah.
And then, at the same time, we've got the 2 o'clock kickoff of Tottenham versus Arsenal, the North London derby. Again, unfortunately, we cannot stream it this weekend, but it will be a good game regardless. Tottenham, they've been up and down recently. They've not really been consistent. They didn't play last game week, of course. As for Arsenal, while they've been very good recently. A 5-0 win over Chelsea. I'd rather not talk about it, but how do you see them getting on here? Can Tottenham stop them, or Arsenal just going to keep slapping in goals?
Arsenal are flying. Tottenham didn't play last week. God knows what they did.
I'm dying.
Went on holiday. Do what they do on this. I'm going to go for a Arsenal 3-0 win, and they are going to be singing that London is red all the way through this campaign. And I will go for goals from Bukayo Saka, Ben White, because he can't seem to stop goal scoring, and Kai Havertz, because again, he can't seem to stop finding the back of the net.
I assume that's a Saka penalty then.
Yes.
I was going to say, because he's not scored a goal that isn't a penalty, I think, in 2024. not been brilliant.
Rubbish.
Anyway, I think Arsenal will continue their good form, and I will say a 2-0 win. Both goals courtesy of Martin Odegaard, who's been phenomenal recently. And, well, Tottenham will be very frustrated that they can't really compete with Arsenal right now. Or I think this could equally be like a 3-3 or something if Tottenham do actually turn up on the day. Then the final game of the game week of the weekend, I should say, Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City, the 4:30 kickoff. Harry, how bad is it going to be for Nottingham Forest?
I don't think it's going to be very, very bad at all, really. Man City haven't looked as dangerous and as cutthroat as they usually are.
Will Haaland be fit?
Games.
That's the big question.
Haaland might be fit, he might not be fit. Who knows,
It's on a personal preference.
Yeah, I will go for a slim Man City win. 2 goals to the away side. Forest probably not going to do much in this game. They're not great at playing football. And I will go for goals from, let's go with Jeremy Doku and Phil Foden.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it's quite modest. I think City will be somewhat jaded. They've had a difficult schedule recently, so I can see your thinking there. However, I think Nottingham Forest are genuinely pretty awful, so I will say 4-0 Manchester City, which feels quite modest as well, but I think it'll be a goal from Foden, a goal from De Bruyne, and a brace from either Haaland or Alvarez, depending on who plays through the middle. On to the Thursday night game, then we won't give a prediction here because we are live for it. My only prediction is that Jose Mourinho will be in the Chelsea hot seat, or someone other than Pochettino.
If Poch
my nan.
Yeah, if Poch is manager
not Mike.
For this game on the Thursday, then
we will lose it.
I'm not going to watch it.
We will lose it. Anyway, should be interesting. Join us live from 7:15 for the 7:30 kickoff. Should be a good one. And in fact, you can join us live across this midweek because we've got Champions League fixtures on Tuesday and Thursday. Bayern versus Real Madrid on Tuesday. Dortmund versus PSG on Wednesday. Chelsea Tottenham on Thursday. And we'll also be keeping tabs on the Europa League ties and the Conference League ties. So lots going on this week. Should all be very, very good. So make sure to join us for all of it. That's everything from us this week. If you want to keep watching our content, there's going to be a video on screen now talking about why Ruben Amorim should be the West Ham manager, even if West Ham don't want him to be. But that's everything from us this week. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.